guys, it's Miss Fiala. I just wanted to go over today's math lesson with you for 4-3. If you open up the attachment for today, here are your two FSA countdown pages. This one and this one. And then you have your worksheet for the lesson for today, which is on prime and composite numbers. So I just want to go over a couple things with you on the FSA countdown pages, and then we'll get into the lesson. So this one is number 1. You have to, it's very hard to see, but if you look, what is shaded on here is 2 actually of these. So this is showing you 2/3, and you have to make an equivalent fraction using this area model. So you have to shade in. So what would be equivalent to 2/3? Keep in mind this pie has 6 total pieces. So 6 would have to be your denominator. Think about what are the 2 ways that we find equivalent fractions. We can multiply or divide. So 2/3 times what will give you a denominator of 6. Okay, and whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 2, select all the fractions that are equivalent to 2/3 again. Remember, you can multiply or divide to find equivalent fractions. But for 2/3, 2 and 3 don't share any factors, so you can't divide, so you're going to multiply. So for example, 2/3 times 2/2 would give you 4/6, which is an answer choice. But what else can you multiply 2/3 by? You can multiply 2/3 times anything as long as both of the numbers are the same on the top and the bottom. So you could do 2/3 times 3/3, 2/3 times 4/4, 2/3 times 5/5. Okay? Same thing for number 3, 2 fractions equivalent to 2/3. Number 4, this is the fraction model, and actually 2 of these are also shaded again, 2/3. So this is showing you 2/3. Which one of these are equivalent to 2/3? This is showing you 2 shaded out of 3. This one's showing you 4 shaded out of 6. This one is showing you 6 shaded out of 10. This one is showing you 8 shaded out of 12. And this one is showing you 3 shaded out of 5. Okay? 5, what is the error that he made here? So he did 3/5 times 1/2 to get an equivalent fraction of 3/10. Remember what I just said. You have to make sure whatever you're multiplying by is the same on the top and the bottom. These two numbers are different. Okay, so find the mistake. Second page, number 1, we're comparing fractions for this whole page, I believe. So when you compare fractions, remember you're going to use the butterfly method. So 3/5 compared to 5/12. So if you were to write that out correctly, and I rewrite mine, so I would rewrite that like this. 3/5 compared to 5/12. And now I'm using my butterfly method. 5 times 5 is 25. And 3 times 12 is 36. What's greater, 36 or 25? 36, so 3/5 is greater. That is the butterfly method. So you're going to want to do that for this whole page, butterfly method, to compare your fractions. That's the same for the second question, the third question, same for the fourth, and for the fifth. For the fifth one, you're going to compare all of these to see which one is the greater one, okay? If you have any questions on that, you can private message me on Edmodo, and I will post a separate video with the answers, okay? So you can check yourself after you finish it all on your own. All right, today's lesson is on prime and composite numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around so you can see my board. This should again be review. Okay, so a prime number, let's start with that. A prime number is a number that has exactly 2 factors. Okay, what I mean by that is, say I take the number 4. We want to know if it is prime. Remember, prime is exactly 2 factors, which means we have to find the factors of the number 4 to know if it is prime. So when we find factors, yesterday's lesson, we made our chart 1 through 9. We can stop at 4 for this one because we can't go over the number, okay? So let's see, what multiplies together to give me the number 4? 1 times 4 2 times 2. Anything times 3? No. 4 I already did. So now let's see, how many factors do I have here? I have, remember we're going in our U. I have 1, 2, I don't have to write 2 again, and 4. How many factors do I have for the number 4? 3 factors. Is that 2 factors? No. There's more than 2 factors, so this number is not prime. Okay, not prime. So let's do one where it would be prime. So let's take the number 11. Okay, let's make our chart 1 through 9, because remember, when we want to know if a number is prime or composite, we're finding factors. Okay, so we're kind of doing 2 things at once. So if I go through my chart to find all the factors of the number 11, 1 times 11 gives me 11. Is there anything times 2 that gives me 11? No, it's not an even number. Anything times 3 give me 11? I can skip count to find out. Anything times 4 give me 11? I can skip count to find out. Nope. Anything times 5? No, it does not end in 0 or 5. Anything times 6 give me 11? Nope. When I skip count by 6, I do not get to 11. Anything times 7? Nope. Anything times 8? Nope. Anything times 9? No. Do you see how I skip counted to make sure I have no other factors for the number 11? I have exactly 2 factors, 1 and itself. That makes that number prime. Okay? Now, composite would be a number that has more than 2 factors, which means it can have 3 factors. That is possible. The number 4 I just did had 3 factors. That makes it composite still. So more than 2 factors. Or you could say that as it has 2 or more. I'm sorry. You could also say 2 and more factors, okay? So composite, more than 2 factors. So if I take the number 36, is that going to be prime or composite? Are we going to have more than 2 factors for this number? If I make my factor chart to 9, 1 times 36 gives me 36. I know 36 is an even number, so I know for a fact 2 is a factor, and I can divide to find what times 2 gives me 36, and it is 18. So 2 times 18, I actually don't have to keep going now. I'm not asking you to find all the factors of 36. I just want to know, is 36 prime or composite? And I already know 36 is composite because I have more than 2 factors. I just listed 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. So I know that it is composite. I don't have to find all of the factors. So you can stop right there. If you knew right away 6 times 6 gave you 36, you know that it is composite because you know 6 times 6 gives you 36, and also 1 times 36 gives you 36. Because all numbers have 1 and itself as factors. Okay? Also, what's really important to know is all even numbers, and this might be something on your quiz, all even numbers greater than 2 are composite, because all even numbers have a factor of 2, except the number 2. Because if I find the factors of the number 2, only 1 times 2 gives me 2, which means there's exactly 2 factors, which makes the number 2 prime. 2 is the only even prime number. So 2 is an even prime number. So does that mean all prime numbers are odd? No, because 2 is an even number and it's prime. All even numbers greater than 2 are composite. Okay? Another thing that I wanted to go over with you is the number 1. Everyone gets confused about the number 1. Is that number prime or composite? It's actually neither. The number 1 is neither prime or composite because the number 1 only has one factor, okay? It is not prime, it is not composite, okay? That is how you find prime and composite numbers. If you have any other questions about how to find prime and composite numbers, please private message me on Edmodo, or to help yourself make your chart 1 through 9. See if you can find other factors for the number. You can find more than 2 factors, it's composite. If you can't, then it is prime, okay? Remember, after you finish your 2 FSA pages and your worksheet page for prime and composite numbers, you need to do your 1 Imagine Math lesson on your FSA Week 2 pathway. Remember, by today, all 4 of those lessons should be complete. Remember to take your time because they are graded, so you don't want to fail any of those lessons, okay? So take your time. Also today, you have to make sure to take your math quiz. Your math quiz is posted under your math class. You just have to click the link. Again, take your time because it is graded. You will get one more opportunity to retake it if you do not pass. And if you do not pass the quiz, go back to my YouTube page and re-watch all of our videos, okay? And that should help you relearn some of that material so that when you take the quiz, you can pass it, okay? So don't forget that. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thank you.